I'm probably not gonna ever see this in real life, but I would love to see this car in real life because it's such a beautiful shape. Big news from Rolls-Royce today. They have just unveiled the Rolls-Royce boat tail, and it is absolutely stunning. There's a lot to talk about here. We're going to talk about the front design, the side design, and of course the rear as well, and give you my overall thoughts on this design here. This is not to be confused by the sweep tail by Rolls-Royce as well. I think that was introduced in 2018, sold for $13 million or something like that. It was also a coach build one-off. This is going to be built in 3 examples, each a little bit different, custom made to the specific family's needs. So here's the thing with Rolls-Royce in general when it comes to their design. In a world now where car designers or car brands have been trying for so long to come up with the next cool design and add more features and more styling and more lines and more creases and just more of everything onto the packages, and in that process losing their identity, which happened to maybe 80-90% of all the car brands out there. Rolls-Royce has been the wise old man sitting alone in the corner, confident in what they are and also confident in their design. They've never fallen for this overstyling approach to design. And this boat tail here, I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest. If I could dream up what my ultimate Rolls-Royce Land Cruiser convertible would look like, this right here would be pretty close to what I would dream up. It's an absolutely stunning design, and it has a lot to do with what I always talk about. I love big proportions, simple surfaces, and that in combination with a beautiful line flow. And the Rolls-Royce here just has everything of that, in addition to the very, very architectural, typical Rolls-Royce graphics that we have here as well. So just have a look at the front here, and we can talk about that for a second, because it's a very distinct Rolls-Royce face. And what really is a Rolls-Royce face? To me, it's, first of all, we need to have almost a panel like this, where nothing sticks out. We have almost like a platform in the front onto which we add the graphics. And you can see that the thing with Rolls-Royce is they have a lot of horizontal and vertical lines all over the car, and that creates this architectural feel to it, and also a very elegant feel to the design. So you can see that here in the graphics as well. We have horizontal lines right here, 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 and of course it goes on the same way in the other side. And then we have a lot of vertical lines that just intersects with these lines, right? The vertical lines. You can see that this creates a very almost building structure in the front end, in addition to the fact that it's a very flat surface in the front end. So Rolls-Royces in general, to me, they have this elegant feel of all their across the lineup, and the reason why they have that is because it is like we have a phone here. Let's take the iPhone here. So this is the front of the car. So you have the front right here, and it feels like it's almost vertical. It kind of pushes the air through, and it feels like it can conquer anything by just looking at the front face of a Rolls-Royce. And after that, you have the line flow kind of sweeping from the airflow from this front platform, pushing the air forward, and then the shape continues from the natural airflow from the design of that motion from the platform moving forward through the air. And I think the boat tail here really puts that into a great visual design here. And if we talk about line flow, we need to have a look at the side view. It's such a beautiful car. This is probably one of the most beautiful cars I've seen in... I can't remember when I saw a car that looked this beautiful to me. We have this super clean shoulder line here, right here, as you can see, typical Rolls-Royce. And that in addition with this up swoop right here, this little angle that goes up, it makes such a huge difference. And also you have the proportions of a typical Rolls-Royce. So let me show you exactly what that is. We can create a new layer here real quick, just show you basically how you can sketch a Rolls-Royce with the 2 lines. All you have to do is this. You create a sweeping line that goes down something like this, and then you have the bottom line, something like this. And then here you have the basis for a Rolls-Royce. And then you have a very short overhang in the front end. So if we put the wheels out, we would have the front wheel right here. Let me pick another brush. Right, you have the front wheel right here, and then you have the rear wheel somewhere about here. And if we put the wheels out right here, you can start to see that it's actually starting to look like a Rolls-Royce. And then you can obviously fit the greenhouse here and so on to if you want to keep designing this thing. But this is literally the traditional Rolls-Royce feeling. And also you have the vertical front end here, which almost abruptly just ends the design here in the front end. And this is what all Rolls-Royces have in common. And I'm going to show you that right now. If we go back to the side view here, you can see that this has the vertical front end. You have the beautiful baseline right here, and the unbroken, extremely long and elegant shoulder line, in addition with the thick A-pillar here, which is also a Rolls-Royce kind of trademark. So let's compare this with, for example, we have the Rolls-Royce Phantom here. This is the new Phantom. You can see it still has the same kind of two lines. You have this baseline right here, and then you have this little dip right here, this little curvature, and these are the two lines that creates any Rolls-Royce that we just talked about. And it goes in the Ghost as well, the same thing here, even though it's a little bit more styling in the Ghost because it's a smaller version. That's usually what happens when you have a smaller sibling to a bigger 7 Series, 5 Series, 3 Series. 3 Series always have more styling and a little messier, if you want to call it that. But designers have a lot more fun with the 3 Series because they can add more, they can explore more creative ideas in the 3 Series compared to the 7 Series. Same with the S-Class down to the C-Class. C-Class always have more curvatures and styling to it compared to the S-Class, and it just goes across the board. We have the same lines right here as well. And the thing is, people always say, or tend to say that Rolls-Royces, they look a lot like Bentleys. They're pretty much identical, but there is a big difference between the Rolls-Royce approach to design, especially if you sketch it out with just a couple lines, and Bentleys. So if we'll have a look at Bentley, they have pretty much a very similar baseline. So the baseline looks pretty identical to Rolls-Royce, something like this, a very simple upswing in the design right there. And we also have pretty similar approach to the wheelbase. We have a very short overhang in the front, just like Rolls-Royce. But the key difference here between Rolls-Royce and Bentley is the shoulder line. So why I prefer Rolls-Royce design is because it removes one curvature in relation to Bentley. So if we have a look at how a Bentley is designed, you can see, if you look closely at the Bentleys, they have a little dip right here, right about here, to create this more muscular feel in the rear end, because Bentley is the sportier version of the Rolls-Royce, and this adds some sportiness to the design of the Bentleys. And this is the difference between Rolls-Royce design. If you want to sketch a Rolls-Royce, you sketch it like this, which is basically two long lines like that. And if you sketch a Bentley, you need to go in and do a little bit more fiddliness here in this part right here. But it's very similar to a Rolls-Royce for sure. But still, it makes a big difference if you sketch out a Bentley like this and compare it then to a Rolls. And I want to show you that right here as well. If we go back to the side view, I just added the flying spur here to just show you this in real life. So you can see right here that here we have this dip that I was talking about, and the broken shoulder line, which creates sportier but less elegant feel of the Bentley, if that makes sense. I also want to talk about this is the most beautiful view of this car, and I'm probably not gonna ever see this in real life, but I would love to see this car in real life because it's such a beautiful shape. I would just have it on a turntable in my garage or whatever, just have it turn around, and I could sit there forever and just stare at this masterpiece when it comes to everything. The proportions, the lines, the color, which fades from a little darker in the front to a little lighter blue. And in addition to that, what makes this beautiful that you might not think about is that it's built on this architecture of luxury, which is Rolls-Royce brand new platform for the vehicle. So it's not connected to BMW like the Sweeptail was. The Sweeptail still had some BMW in it with the platform. This is a completely new platform from Rolls-Royce, and it has a lot of potential in the future. It's even ready for electric conversion. You can build electric cars on this platform. However, the boat tail still has the same twin-turbo V12 that you have across the Rolls-Royce lineup. But one little detail that I want to show you here, with this new platform, it allows for a lot less cut lines. So look at this car here. Do you see any cut lines on this car that are not necessarily there for a function of the car itself? What I mean by that is, do you see any other cut lines than the door line right here? The cut line for the door, because that's obviously needed to get in the door, to get in the car. But other than that, we usually have cut lines right here, and we usually have a cut line right here. This front end, by the way, is the largest single piece of metal that's ever been put to, or material that's ever been put onto a Rolls-Royce. There are no cut lines anywhere in this car, and it's pretty amazing how they managed to create this. You can see that this is an entire piece of surface and material that are not cut anywhere. And that's partly because why this car is so expensive, because the manufacturing process of that is extremely expensive. And of course, this is 100% hand built, so you have details in this car that wouldn't be possible to have if this was manufactured by regular stamping methods, by machines and so on. But just wanted to make this video. I know I'm rambling here. It's been 14 minutes already or something like that, 13. Just wanted to make this video because I think Rolls-Royce really nailed this design. It's such a beautiful car, and the way that Rolls-Royce took inspiration from boats such as the stunning Riva Aquarama and the Aquariva to implement in this shape here. And this color and the wheels, the pinstripe on the wheels, on the tires, and everything is just such a beauty. And the sweep tail that we have, similar to it reminds me a little bit of the McLaren Speedtail with the rear end here sticking out like this. But yeah, just wanted to make this video. Let me know what you think about the Rolls-Royce boat tail here, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.